the girl I went to school with had liked a holiday photo of mine from like 4 years ago.
Oh.
She'd gone back.
She would have like.
I didn't even really know her either, and I was like, "This is weird."
It's when you've accidentally done that in the past, when you've like been looking at someone.
I've gone back on girls' profiles.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but for someone to do it to me, God, she must have been in a dark place.
In our group, the group that actually
In our podcast group, Pete's Soggy Biscuits.
The OG podcast group, Pete's Soggy Biscuit. So it's actually Pete's Soggy Pie.
Yeah, I don't know why we keep calling it. It's Pete's Soggy Pie.
I know why we call it that. It's because
we
I
joked about
sound
the
like
Soggy
someone
Biscuit.
that's done
Yeah.
Soggy Biscuit.
You do.
So
you
you
sound like you went to a school that played Soggy Biscuit.
Yeah, I think we played against Harrow a couple
Did
of
you
times.
really?
So intramural championship, I think. It lost to Eton in the final. That's a shame. You know. We go again next
And
year.
they ate it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a good name for a team
I'm going
player.
back for the alumni game soon.
Arsenal 4-0. I'm going for Arsenal 4-0.
So, I mean,
Straight
It actually could be. Arsenal are a funny team for us. Historically,
You've got
like.
a lot of them, haven't you?
I swear, who put 50p in the fucking mank today, mate? I'm telling you. Have him, Everton. Have him, Scousers. Have him.
Welcome to The Knockabout. We're a football podcast where we like to take a little bit of a look at the lighter side of football, hopefully. And it's all brought to you by Le Bomb, the app where you can bet against your mates.
And we definitely don't take things too seriously, except when we are playing Le Bomb, actually. We'll be running through all the main talking points from the last week of football. We'll be sharing our funniest memes with you. And because we are so wonderfully kind, we are going to be offering advice on your footballing dilemmas as well.
We love hearing from you as well. So make sure you add us on the socials. If you want to get in touch, there's a few different ways you can do it. First of all, you can DM us on socials. You can email hello@knockaboutpod.com, or you can WhatsApp us. I think that's dangerous, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's not my personal number, but I still think I'd be doing that when I was pissed. You know what I mean? I'd be like...
You mean texting WhatsApp?
Yeah, well, if I'd done it once, if I'd WhatsApped us once on the Knockabout, I'd then get pissed and I'd do it again. Do you know what I mean?
Great, do it.
Right, okay, great, fine. If you want to find it, go click the contact button on Insta, or you can check the episode's description wherever you get your podcast. Send us a little drunk. How are you for drunk messaging?
I don't know. Do we reply? Like, will I? If I'm at Mackey's and I
Are you a bad drunk messenger? Are you all right?
Well, actually, what I do, which is worse, is I do really earnest. I've deleted Twitter now. I used to do really earnest tweets about football.
You emailed Wayne Rooney's manager, to be fair.
Yes, I am. Yeah. No, but like I'll do a lot of. I remember it's just so much. I'd wake up the next morning. I was like, what happened last night? And I'd look at my phone, and I've tweeted 4 times about how Bielsa was actually not getting enough respect.
So
and how,
funny.
It's just rather I texted my ex. Like it's so much less embarrassing.
I used to text my ex a lot, and now she's my wife. So
it
worked, didn't it?
You know.
It worked out, was all right. And now she gets angry when I don't message her when I'm drunk.
Really? Oh, she's like, oh, you've not thinking about me.
If I go out with the chaps,
Yeah.
She'll be like, oh, you didn't message me last night. You must have been you were not in love with me anymore. And
I'm absolutely obliterated, pissed out my head, and couldn't
that one.
respond.
The other thing I do when I'm pissed is, and I know that there's like, I know I'll be pissed because I'll have watched one of 3 live music videos, which is very dad of me. But like I watch Liam Gallagher live at Reading 2021 doing Stand By Me. Bizarrely, I'll always watch that and be like, man, lockdown was a tough time. So good we came out of that. I'll always watch that. I used to watch this bizarrely niche. Actually, this time of year, last couple of years, I've been watching with my, do you remember the TV show, because you might have been around when it was on, I don't know how old.
Here we go.
Minder. Do you
know
Dennis
I know
Waterman?
Minder. I didn't watch it, but I know it.
I don't. Actually,
Minder was Dennis Waterman and George Cole, who's also in Scrooge, 1954, and he
cheeky bastard.
There you go. But they it's like this. Anyway, I don't know anything about this fucking show except there's a Christmas song in it that they do live on Top of the Pops.
Oh, really?
And Top of the Pops, by the way, you got big acts on that. You got Blur, Oasis.
It was the show, wasn't
I'd be
it?
fuming if I had to go see the cast of Minder. But when I went, but anyway, they sing a song called "What Am I Gonna Get For Her Indoors." It's a Christmas song, and the last couple of years at Christmas we've just been getting really into it, me and my brother, quite drunk, and we'll text each other. So it's like it's a proper like Cockney back and forth where it's like
I don't have a drunk video that I watch. I've got a hungover one that I watch to get me through a hangover.
What's that? Is it a sad
I've said
song?
this on podcasts before. If I'm a little bit hungover, I just need something to get me through. Might make me cry, and then you come out the other side of it. But your inspiration, you brought out of where you are. The president's speech from Independence Day.
get to fuck. That's pathetic.
If I am feeling shit and I need to, come on, get out of bed. You've got this. That president,
that's pathetic. That's the most,
that is one of the most
middle-aged man.
rousing speeches that you
And
will ever
that's
watch
what
in your life.
Gets you out of
That's
the
so
depression.
unbelievably middle-aged man, because it's like such a tragically lame film to be like. That's the film I cry at every day. It's the president's speech. And
No, I'm not saying I cry. I'm saying it gets me.
It motivates you.
It motivates me. It gets me up and going. Come on, you can do this.
Mind
You
drunk.
can fly into the sun.
Mind Drunk is Depeche Mode, Enjoy the Silence, live in Berlin 2007.
very happy to accept that. I've not seen it. Tell you what, say what you want about Depeche Mode. They make a lot of songs that sound like Depeche Mode. You ever listen to a Depeche Mode song and you go, yeah, that's Depeche Mode. I'm not.
You're halfway through Shazamming it going, what the fuck am I doing here?
What's the point of this? I don't care what it's got. It'll be Depeche Mode
Sounds
somewhere.
like all their other Depeche Mode songs.
Now. Go
And so
easy
they
on my
have-
Depeche Mode.
they have Depeche Mode, I guess. That's the mode of music, I get it. Pathetic. But you got any...
Well, I haven't drank for near a decade,
Yeah, of
so
course.
that's.
Let's get you back
I
on.
know. I was going to say, do you know what? After
Are you
our
thinking
chat,
of relapsing just because
It's
of the
Christmas, fuck
I
it.
tell you
Sam.
what.
Depeche Mode live?
if we get another 100 people, I'll do it live on the podcast. No, I used to though. This is because obviously it was 10 years ago. I used to.
Teletubbies.
Mate, that show's gone downhill.
For
My brother
500.
and I watched it in the Netherlands. It was just on the telly. We watched a new Teletubbies.
it's gone downhill.
Fucking crap.
Is it like animated now?
No, do you know what? We were quite happy about that.
Yeah,
But
'cause-
it's rubbish. The plots are, I don't remember what they used to be like, but I seem to remember there was some sort of more educational purpose. Now it's just some kids on some fucking swings. Atrocious.
Everything-
Sort it out, Teletubbies.
Go on,
Got
Sarah.
Lala on
What
that
did
thing,
what
that's
did
it.
you watch when you were pissed?
Okay. Well, I used to. This was I know it's old. It was Facebook, and you used to be able to go on. Like I'd click view your activity, so you used to be able to go view your activity, and it tell you what you'd been doing, what you'd been
So you'd wake up
liking,
the
what
next
you'd been
morning
commenting.
and you'd look through your activity.
Jesus, I used to be arguing with some just random fucking people about nonsense or liking pictures from like exes and like
so
it was
funny.
awful. And that was my thing. I'd wake up and I'd be like, and I'd do that and I'd
Getting
just
into
get the
arguments
fear.
is funny. I see that for you, actually. I see
Oh,
that,
mate,
you know.
the worst.
I once woke up on a Sunday morning and a girl I went to school with had liked a holiday photo of mine from like 4 years ago. She'd gone back.
She would have like.
I didn't even really know her either, and I was like, "This is weird." isn't
It's
it?
when you've accidentally
That
done
is-
that in the
that is
past, when you've like been
Oh, I've
looking
gone
at someone.
back on girls' profiles.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but for someone to do it to me, God, she must have been in a dark place.
There was my old phone had a problem sometimes where the message would carry over from Instagram. So if you apply to someone's Instagram phone, so Instagram story,
Yeah.
it would just send to the next one sometimes.
No.
By accident. So I replied.
That's awful.
I
so
replied
funny.
by
Dangerous.
complete yeah,
But that's like the two Ronnie sketch where they answer the question for the
Oh,
one
yeah.
before.
Well, it just meant that I replied to quite a prestigious comedy
Figure.
organizer in the UK saying.
Get to ours.
I said, yeah. I said something like, yeah, he's a piece of shit, smelly bastard, like that. And it just responds because I was replying to my mate about my mate's photo. I was like, yeah, you look like a smelly bastard here. But it replied to like some picture of James Acaster to like, oh, I remember that. I'd never forget.
That is wonderful. Just the last one, a song just came to me that I used to, it used to be Vivo.
I miss Vivo.
Yeah, Rihanna, Only Girl in the World, on loop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
banger.
and you felt like that? You felt like the only
I
girl in the
did.
world.
I felt like they
My mate-
pissed
my
That'd be quite
fire.
lonely then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mate broke up with his girlfriend, and then they were like almost getting back together. And she texted him saying, "I want you to treat me like I'm the only girl in the world."
No.
Me and my mates were like, "It's done, mate. It's boxed off. It's
Yeah,
over."
that is a fumble return. So bad. What Rihanna song do you think? You know, I want you to put me under your umbrella. Do you think
there
that's a
is-
bit nice? I
there
don't think there is
isn't a
an umbrella
go-to, I
song.
don't think.
I think you're a rude boy. When I get back.
So you've been to Morocco.
And I bought this from a man who gave me a very good price. He assured me.
God, how much did you pay for this in Morocco?
In Morocco,
Yeah.
we got two of them for it's 120 dirham, which roughly translates to about a tenner.
Oh, that's sound, mate.
Or 11 quid maybe. So that's 11 quid for FC Marrakesh, which is obviously the team from Marrakesh. And so shout out to the people of Marrakesh who were lovely.
Do they have two sponsors, or is that one
Well,
massive
again,
sponsor?
I don't know how legitimate this shirt is, but
Yeah.
it was bought in a market, and he did say it was an excellent shirt, and you can't get many quality like this
the
elsewhere.
feel of it, I think it's worth at least £6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, I
And
think
is
you've
that
got a bargain there.
a brand,
mate.
or is that like supposedly New Balance.
No, it's not. Thank you for saying that, because I was like, have we been? That's a New Balance.
Yeah.
You know, that's like when you get Nickley or something.
Have I told you? Yeah,
yes.
I once bought an England shirt under the Eiffel Tower in France when I was 12 years old, and instead of Umbro, it was sponsored by Bumro.
That's so good.
It's beautiful.
Bumbo is what
so
old
good.
teachers in the past have for corporal punishment. Just a bit. But it's not.
Get
It is
to
a.
Bumro.
It is a different one. It's AB or
Right,
something.
okay.
So it is fine. So thank you, Catch FC. I thought that's a nice one.
All
You know,
Yeah, it's a
All
nice shirt
balance.
though. All balance.
All
yeah.
balance. Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
But
So
yeah,
we're sponsored by a fake knockoff T-shirt this week.
sounds about right. So
cool.
memes. What we got?
Right, Sunderland played Newcastle last week.
Oh, they did.
And usually Sunderland would put the visitors' badge on their scoreboard,
Yep.
say who they're playing against. This week, they couldn't bring themselves to do that against
Love this.
Newcastle. They didn't want Newcastle's badge anywhere in the Stadium of Light, so they just put visitors
Fantastic.
instead.
So good.
So petty.
It's so petty. And it's the kind of shithousery that I feel the game needs more of.
Yeah, agreed.
At an
Isn't
official level. There's loads of shithousery at the lower levels.
Yeah.
We want it at an official level.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
100%. When it's coming from the club itself,
Yeah.
that's when you know, like, that's legit. I absolutely, and the fact that they won the game, of course,
Beautiful.
It was wonderful. And just on the back of that, this isn't going to be my meme, but talking about Sunderland being the masterful
Yeah, I saw
shithouses that
this.
they are, I cannot get enough of the fact that they replicated. Obviously, when Newcastle beat them in the FA Cup in 2024, they celebrated by doing a
they've
massive
practiced
team
that,
photo on
haven't
the
they?
pitch.
They
Yeah, because there's
really
even like
remember.
some of the
Yeah.
positioning and stuff
In the
is the
right-
same
in
and
the same place and
celebrations.
everything.
Did
Exactly.
did they put their assistant coach bang in the middle as well? James Tyndall, didn't he? MK Dons v Wimbledon, obviously. Franchise
Obviously.
FC.
Obviously.
They do every time Wimbledon play MK Dons, they put visitors up.
Do they
every
really?
time. Yeah, they refuse because Dons obviously.
Yeah.
You know they
Yeah.
refuse to get involved with it at all.
Yeah.
But also before that, the other thing that I saw a Newcastle fan talking about that, and he was so angry, and he was like, everything that Sunderland want to be is just what we are now, and it's the most copium. I love when you lose a derby, and this was a big win. You know, like
Yeah.
Sunderland
Huge.
back in the Premier League first time. Ahead of Newcastle in the table, Newcastle having a bizarre season, and he was just like losing. He was like, "Yeah, they only did that because we did that." You know,
It's like, well, no
yes,
shit.
That's the fucking point of the thing.
I think I saw that video and exactly thought the same thing. I thought, oh God, you can't even argue with someone like that. He's like, they're even copying that, and you're like,
Come
yeah,
on.
who's
Yeah, of
gonna
course,
tell?
that's the
Who's
point.
gonna tell him?
Great goal as well, I'll say that.
Oh, it's
Great
probably
own
centre
goal.
forward.
What a finish! Proper finish.
We should talk about best own goals at some point.
Definitely. Well, I had to go for this. I'm sure we've all seen this, but this was Jamie Carragher on Monday Night Football. I think it was Monday Night
this is
Football.
superb.
And Dave Jones, a little exchange
He
between the
absolutely
two
does
of
him,
them.
doesn't he?
He's brilliant
Oh,
at
it's
this.
so
Absolutely does
good.
him.
So here is the absolute classic meme in the making.
Have I ever criticised Mo Salah on the pitch?
Well, a couple of weeks ago you said his legs had gone.
As soon as that happens, you know that is going to be memeable forever.
Yeah.
Meme
Forever.
You must
culture.
know there's a bit of Carragher's head going, oh, that is good. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do
Yeah.
it. But that is literally me with my flatmates whenever I take an opinion and I'm completely wrong about it when I'm drunk or something. And then hang on, a minute ago you literally said, you have done me
you got me
there.
there.
But it's also funny because the thing he says after that is really funny. His defense of that, I don't know if you watched the full video. One, it led to the only Dave Jones edit I think I'll ever see. Because with respect to Dave Jones, I would say for someone that has been on TV for so long, and I'm really not trying to be mean because I think he does a very professional job, his actual cultural impact, I would say, is nothing.
Minimal, completely
And
minimal.
if you compare to Keys and Gray,
Yeah.
who obviously, I think Richard Keys,
was
it was
just
2011, man. It
banter.
was just banter.
But they were huge, though. They were huge personalities.
Yeah,
Well, I think David Jones probably was brought in afterwards on purpose because there's
but
sort of a
was
lack
it right
of...
back then? Because I actually did want to bring this up because you guys might remember a bit better than me because there was the
We're
whole
old.
Satanta because you're old and you're at the original nativity. You know what I mean? That sort of humour. And Dave Jones, he came in and he sort of steadied the ship.
Yeah.
But actually, now we've gone back to that sort of Kate Abdo and stuff people
Yeah.
like because it's a bit more personality.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like the sort of next step is to move to a sort of
Yeah, you would say
Bit
that a
more
lot more
character.
people would remember Kate Abdo than David Jones, and she's been around a lot
Yeah, I would say
less
Kate
time.
Abdo, has had a bigger cultural
And
footprint.
she's not even on our telly.
No. She's on
CBS,
she's on our Instagram reels
All the time.
and she's had a bigger because I think again Keys and Gray. Richard Keys was he was a person. He is. You got to read his blog if you ever get a
He
chance.
was too much.
God.
He was too much of a personality.
He was,
right,
yeah.
was the issue.
There's somewhere between Dave Jones and Richard Keys as Kate Abdo, and that is the perfect intersection. But yeah, no, it's weird, isn't it? So
It's very strange,
The only
but-
thing he's ever done.
But what a moment to have. And as you said, it kind of like everyone's like, God, this guy's actually quite funny. Like, it's like he's been saving that, though, and he had him so quickly.
But also, because he's always very smartly dressed. He's very gilet. He's a very
He's
gilet.
very gilet.
Yeah.
Do you think it was years of him not bursting out that just came out in that
Yeah.
moment? Like, he had so many things to say every week and just buried them. And then he was like, Carragher, I've had enough, mate.
Just imagine him watching it online going, you did it, Davy boy, you did it, you finally
So
done
good.
it.
But Carragher's response, by the way, is like, I said his legs are gone, and he says, that wasn't a criticism of his play. I was like, well, okay, now you're doing the funny mental,
it was just a fact about his body.
His
That's
body's
all it
older.
was.
Oh, it's too good, and one that'll live for a long time, no doubt. This, I know I've cheated a little bit because it's not football, it's hockey, and it's American, but I saw this on my
Rubbish.
feed and I could not
a
stop
sport.
laughing. So it says he immediately regretted saying this. Bro actually
love stuff like
cringed
this.
when he
Oh,
realised.
I'm excited.
He's standing in front of the net with about 8 inches of his shaft in his hand.
That's a brilliant
He
face.
knew it straight away.
The face he does there is.
Oh, the
Sorry,
grimace.
Just got a text from Ajax Football Club telling me that Tommy Asso's texted down. Thank you.
Right. Can I just say, A, that was brilliant, and B, 8 inches of shaft, well done.
Yeah,
Good going.
I really like this
Fair play
face.
to you.
The immediacy of realising, oh, fuck. Do you know what I always remember? I remember two great bits of sort of that sort of commentary. One is the classic Tony Adams playing it back to Arsenal keeper at the time. Adams slowly brings out Seaman. Great.
Lovely.
Brilliant. And then the other one I remember at the World Cup 2014 was Valencia spreading his legs for Ronaldo.
There's that brilliant one with the horse racing where I can't remember. It's like it always pops up on the accidental partridge pages.
Yeah, right.
And it's a guy, and he goes, he says, he's talking to a jockey, and the guy in the studio says something, I can't remember which way it is, but he goes like, oh, he doesn't look too happy. And he goes, it's a woman, Brian. something like that. It's a beautiful thing.
That reminds me of my mate overheard. The funniest thing I've ever overheard was my mate told me that he overheard one guy walking past with his other mate, and one was on crutches, and one of them went, man, it must suck for you now that your wife broke your leg. And the other leg went, no, John, you broke my leg.
Such a brilliant
Wouldn't you just
I'd
love
love
to
to
know
know
the
more of that.
context?
Yeah.
In a weird way, I don't. I
Yeah.
just leave
Yeah,
it.
yeah, let's
Let
just
it
leave
be
it
what
there.
it is.
Speaking of people who say unbelievable amounts of bollocks, Scott Parker, ladies and gentlemen,
Come
we're back.
on.
2 soccer goals, and the fact that the whole cold reality.
Oh, God.
Oh, bless him. I just feel sorry for him.
I
there.
find it's so good because, I mean, the longer thing, he does speak a lot of waffle as per usual.
Yeah.
The whole sort of, I mean, really, we were just a beautiful thing to watch out.
You lost 7-0, Scott.
Yeah.
Well, but it was beautiful.
God.
It was
But
a
also,
beautiful 7-0.
Him not being able to say cold, hard reality is a perfect example, in my view, of Scott Parker's ability as a football manager tactician, which is that he has this quite fancy idea of how things should be done. He has this quite, thought out, structured
Yeah,
idea. It's very
he's-
structured. He sees other people do it. He's heard cold, hard reality from Pep or something, and he's on, that's good, I'll have that, I'll have that.
Yeah.
And then he just can't do it. And so nearly bottom, I mean, they're down. They're down.
Yeah, I'd
reckon?
say.
I can't see Burnley staying on. I can see Leeds, but I can't see Burnley. I think Burnley.
Leeds are bouncing back.
Leeds and Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Oh, don't.
We should have signed him.
We should
We should have bloody kept him.
Yeah.
I said all the time to,
And do you know what? Thank you for what you've done for the bisexual community. Even though you haven't come out, you've worn a lot of interesting clothing.
I was going to say, are you outing him?
I'm not outing you. I'm saying that it's up to you whether you want to or not, because you may not be bisexual, but you have the dress sense of one, and that is a good thing. You would not look out of place at a late night techno night in Hackney, and that is a good thing.
Legally, I'd just like to say that if you would like to respond to this through your lawyers, you can find Ted's address at the end of the show.
I'm not saying you are bisexual. I'm saying what you've done for the community. Oh, whatever. I don't care.
there was a Leeds fan that I'd met doing some show thing, and he was saying, oh, don't know about if that Dom, is he going to be any good? And I said, if he stays fit, he will be the difference between you staying up and going down. And I said, as an Evertonian, I'm gutted because I think you look at what we've got with Illiman and Dye. I know he's just gone away for the AFCON, but Illiman and Dye, Jack Grealish, Kieran and Dewsbury Hall. If you've got Dom finishing those chances, I think we'd be like flying.
I don't know if that Dom's going to be any good. Is also me turning up at the BDSM sex party. Bit unsure. I don't know if that Dom's
in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam.
Big debate time.
Yes, big debate.
Let's do the big debate.
Let's do the big debate. And what have we got this week? We've all put in a few suggestions, but...
Well, Ted, we're going to fly with your one, aren't we?
Yeah, so today, Donnarumma has been named FIFA's best goalkeeper of the year. Now, I would like to debate and I would like to argue that is not fair because he's massive. And I don't think it's impressive to be a good goalkeeper when you're fucking huge like
Do you
that.
feel like there should be a handicap situation
Yeah.
depending on how big your goalkeeper is?
I think if you have... So let's compare, and I'll bring this up, and not just to appease you, but Pickford should get extra points, if that counts, in this debate, because Pickford is, for a goalkeeper... Aren't you? If Princess Leia was on the pod, mate, she'd say, "Aren't you a little short for a goalkeeper?" Because he's a bit small. But
what they should do,
Donnarumma's the other way.
because the stats are everywhere now. You can analyse anything. If Pickford has dived and saved it by 2 and missed it by 2 inches, that should count on his record as a save. Not on Everton's record, but when it comes to naming the best goalkeeper at the end of the year, that should count as a save.
I completely
That's what
agree.
we're saying.
But yeah, I think in terms of, like you said, Donnarumma, he's literally like 8 foot tall. He's not literally 8 foot tall, but he's so tall. So it's kind of like, well, you are covering significantly more of the space that the opposition's got to score.
Yeah.
And like, whereas Jordan has to like leap from one end and,
However,
to get a fingertip to it, he can just go.
But what I would say is there's got to be a middle ground with the goalkeeper because they need to be athletic. And I've never seen like an 8-foot bloke who's able to leap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're always a little bit
just
fumbling around
lean.
like a giant. You know
So
what I mean?
Lean
They
to
don't-
one side.
So the thing is, yes, no, that's true, but also like, so last year he had this brilliant game where he saved a lot of things in the Champions League. I can't remember exactly which game. I think it might be something. But every one of those, I was like, he's just laid down. He actually has not had to jump that far because he's just laid down. So the tallest professional goalkeeper is widely recognised to be Simon Bloch Jorgensen from Denmark, who is 6'10". That should be literally illegal because that is the size of the goal itself. Basically.
This is like a hockey goalkeeper. The hockey team just getting a really fat keeper to block out the net.
100%.
It's like, so, I mean, I'm just looking at some of these top tall keepers, right? None of these are impressive because they just take up too much of the... I think that what annoys me about it so much is that people, being a goalkeeper, I was a goalkeeper, and I'm 5'11" according to my Hinge profile.
Do you put 6 foot?
No, I don't. Do you know what? No, I don't, because I'm already lying by saying 5'11". I think I'm comfortably between 5'10" and that's it.
Round it up, innit?
Landing up in it. And so every save I've made, I remember people would be like, "Oh, well, it wasn't your fault. It was a bit too high." And I was like, "Well, okay, then make." You know, they always talk about this with women's football with goalkeepers, make the goal score. They should also do it for little lovely boys like me.
So this is what they should do professionally, do you think? Whatever size the goalkeeper is, there should be, like, the wingspan of a goalkeeper, there should be a foot either side for the team to be able to score in.
Yes.
So Donnarumma should have a bigger goal than Jordan Pickford. Is that what you're saying?
I agree. Yes, 100%. And I'll tell you, the other keeper who this used to fuck me off was Kostel Pantamillion. Because he was I remember this, he was 2 meters, 2.4 meters tall, right? 2.04 meters tall. 2.4 is absolutely
Big lad.
insane.
I was going to say...
2.04 is absolutely insane.
It is.
So that, as a lad, right, if you just kick it in the air, he should get that.
Yeah.
It's actually... It should count as double if you score past it.
Yeah, because like from
basically.
corners and stuff, it's like,
Oh,
you
mate.
you'd see it in like basketball or even in like PE when you're a kid and there's like a centre forward who's just like a foot taller than everyone else, so they can just...
But where
pop
does
the
this
thing.
end, though? Because, like, suddenly are we testing people's muscles in their right leg for how fast they can move towards kicking a ball? Like,
No,
it's
but-
only natural ability that's helping you. Not natural ability, but natural... what's
we
the word
can
I'm
we can
looking
cut
for?
this in and out.
Attributes like...
Let's go through each position and say what is the bit that you think gives them the most unfair
All right,
disadvantage.
cool.
So for a centre back, I'd say bald slabhead. That for a centre back, if you're a bald slabhead, that is the same as being 6'7" for a keeper, right?
Yeah.
That's
or even just a skinhead. We're talking Vidic. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Or I always think we used to have a centre back called Guy Branston. Really, really intelligent, great footballer.
Was he American?
No, he actually was British, but he was he was the slowest player on FIFA in 14. But he had such a 50p pence head.
Sure, yeah.
That is an advantage for a big centre back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I guess midfielder. You're saying if you have
probably intelligence, to be fair. if you're too clever as a midfielder, you shouldn't be allowed to be on there.
True. If you have an IQ
in our anti-woke world, if you've got a higher IQ than 100, you shouldn't be allowed to play midfield.
If you have IQ level of over 160, you have to play up front or something. So I agree with that. Then up front, you could say just in terms of like slicked hair. Now that's a silly thing to say. Slicked hair or big pacey legs or something.
Power, I would say. Power in a shot. You know what I mean? Powerful legs.
Yeah, so if you've got Traore's legs.
Yes.
Traore's legs give him a
Bloody
massive advantage compared to, let's say, who's a tiny little boy? Anthony Gordon. So you got like tiny little boy Anthony Gordon.
I love that. The Newcastle fans are going to love you this week.
Lovely little Anthony Gordon, right? Wind would snap him in half. Yeah. Traore's legs, they're 4 times the size of.
They
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think Gordon scored more goals as well, so I don't know what's going on there.
Well, that just proves how good he is as a player.
Yeah.
Traore does not look like a footballer, and at some point on the pod, I think we need to do who is a footballer that just looks so.
Yeah,
unlike a footballer.
Yeah, definitely.
And he is one. He was walking down the tunnel at Hill Dickinson, like all greased up and that. And it, like the light blocked out. It was just like this shadow coming. And you think, you are not a footballer. You are like a WWE wrestler or something. It's crazy.
Right, well, let us know what you think of this, because it'd be interesting. Are there any other positions and attributes that in our new anti-woke world shouldn't be allowed to match up? Let's go for that.
Yeah.
Right, we'll have a little look at some other bits after the break. First, though, I'm out of Bovril. I need a little recharge. We'll be back shortly. Right, welcome back to the second half of the Knockabout podcast.
We're all bovrilled up, and it is time to see where Alfie has been this week talking to the match-going fans.
Which football team is going to be top of the Premier League by Christmas?
Arsenal.
Arsenal?
Arsenal, mate. There's no other choice, of course.
There's no question. Arsenal.
100% is Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah, we are winning it today.
Which football team is going to be top at Christmas?
Yeah,
Arsenal. Of course, Arsenal. The almighty Arsenal will win the league.
I think
Say that when we come out.
Think Arsenal? You confident?
Okay. Scarf. His opinion's invalid.
And was that
I don't want to say either.
a half and half?
Turn it around.
Arsenal Spurs?
Arsenal. Absolute Arsenal.
Arsenal?
Yeah. City.
I think it was.
You think City?
I think.
That's a brave thing to say around here.
Respect it.
Has to be Arsenal.
Yeah, what does the guy in the Arsenal shirt think about this? Yeah, what does the guy in the Arsenal shirt think about this? I think he's going to be Arsenal.
See, the funny thing is, if that was Everton and it was like, you wouldn't, and Everton could be, theoretically, 30 points clear at Christmas, again, theoretically, and not a single Everton player would. Everton fan would say Everton. But
Was there a half and half scarf in there?
There's
as
a
well?
half and half. I mean, I said there's a half and half scarf, which is Spurs Arsenal, which is a particularly ridiculous half and half scarf.
But the question was, of course, who be top at Christmas and then go on to win the Premier League? At the moment, at this point, it's all to play for, because you've got Aston Villa in there, you've got Manchester City and Arsenal. Now, Villa can't really, and unless something mad happens with goal difference, can't be top, but they could be level on points with Arsenal. City, I think the goal difference
by
is...
Christmas.
By Christmas.
They're only 3 points behind.
But the goal difference is so...
No, but there's 3 games, aren't there, before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
There's 2... Oh, you might be onto something. I don't know if they can.
The next fixture is 27th after this
right,
weekend.
actually,
So they can't... Villa, unless there's some absolute... Unless Everton beat Arsenal 20-0 and Villa, then I think...
You think it's going to be Arsenal?
Villa could be level on points. I think it could be Manchester City. Manchester City have just crept up. Their goal difference is a couple better than Arsenal's.
Yeah. So fucking depressing.
I know, it's boring as fuck.
Boring, and do you know what it is? It's the slow inevitability of it. It's
it's going to happen. They're going to win the league.
Do you know what it's like? It's like getting diagnosed with a terminal disease and being like, I just know it's coming at some point.
Is Pep leaving after this season?
I don't know. I think if they win the league, he will leave.
on a
I think
high.
all the Champions League. I don't think he can, with his legacy, leave the club. I always feel so sad for how Wenger left. He left in that final year not with a trophy,
No,
and I
but
think
they
Pep
paid
was-
off the Emirates, mate.
Oh, you're right. So he
did-
won the little, and he won that little gold thing they gave him at the end as well. At thing. Sorry, you're right.
That was always what they said, wasn't it? Well,
the
they
big goal was a small little gold trophy for you to take home.
He
it's awful,
guided
that.
them through getting into the Champions League every year while they were paying off a new stadium.
He did a superb job, but I mean, I don't know. I think so. Top of the league this year at Christmas will be Arsenal. Will they win the league? City, it's just they are Thanos. They are inevitable, and it's very, very depressing because if it weren't for Liverpool and Man City won the league this year, it would be 9 years in a row. So the only person that hasn't won the league apart from them is Liverpool in the past 2 years. And the only people that competed with them at all, really. People like to say Arsenal. I would argue there was only 1 year where Arsenal were actually competing for the title.
And they should have won it.
And they bottled it.
So I would say apart from that, they've always been out of it. So when you think about it, 9 years Man City. And again, people love to do this to be Farmers League. I will say that's not true because the rest of the league is so fucking strong.
Yeah.
This season's been the Premier League's best ever.
But we've talked about this already, how from sort of 14th through to, well, it's not quite that anymore, but a couple of weeks ago, from 14th through to sort of 5th was so tight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, still, 14th to 4th is only 6 points.
It's wild.
8 points, sorry.
It's wild. But I actually...
14th to 5th is 6 points.
It's crazy. I actually think Manchester City will be top on
You think
Christmas
Arsenal
Day.
won't win?
Top at Christmas, do you mean?
At Christmas, because again, Arsenal have got Everton away, which isn't an easy game. It isn't. Like this season, we're doing.
It is.
All right, we beat Manchester United with 10 men, but at Old Trafford.
Counts for nothing, Sarah. We're absolute shite.
Listen,
4-4. What a game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think. Again, there's all those stats about who's top at Christmas and who hasn't won the league, and like something like the only two teams like Liverpool and I think weren't Spurs top of the league at Christmas under Mourinho, and then they just capitulated. Anyway, I think that Arsenal will be top at Christmas, but City, and it sucks. I actually hate saying, and it's nothing that. I just don't want them to win the league.
I would love Villa to win the league.
Obviously, I would love.
I would love, because United aren't going to. I would love Villa to go through and win the league.
Well, actually, 9 wins in a row. So here's one for socials. Can Villa win the league?
I don't think so. I think they are a very, very good team, but I just think Manchester City have more. They know how to go.
I think what they've got behind them, because whenever a team like Villa is doing what Villa do at this point in the season, it's often a manager who's been there one season. He's getting a really good ride out of his players. It's all clicking together. That's not what's happening with Villa now.
No.
They've built that team slowly. The manager is a really experienced manager. How long has he been there? 2-3 years?
3 years now. Because wasn't it 2022 October Gerrard went?
And he's doing a fantastic job.
Bit by bit, he's building that team and he's building that squad and doing amazing things. I don't see this as like a flash in the pan. It's built over a number of years, hasn't it?
I sort of agree with you. And again, do you know what? For the sake of it, I'm going to say I think they can win the league.
Any other team, you'd be going, oh, this manager will be gone in 18 months because this is their peak.
I would also love it for Unai Emery. Like I know I know he's already had a sort of redemption arc anyway, but just the way he was treated the first time he was in the Prem and stuff.
He was a joke, wasn't he?
He was a joke, and now to come back. To make Villa a real strong thing, I would love it. I would love it if we beat them.
Love it if they
I
beat
think,
them.
and also, if you're John Duran, you're probably thinking, "What the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
Go and have a crap time in Saudi, but being Ronaldo's sort of,
He's
little
probably
buddy."
having an all right time, to be fair.
He'll be on 1.8 billion a day. But
the thing with John Duran is he's still 23, 24.
it's one of the
years
weirdest
old.
transfers. But I think they can do it. I mean, again, annoyingly, I think it will be Man City. But you feel if Villa can get a result against City. If they can get a result away at Arsenal, because that's the next one, they've got away at Arsenal, you then start going, oh, maybe. They're not, and I think they have that power of friendship mentality that I've spoken about on the podcast before, of like, oh, and Arteta's starting to get riled. You saw Arteta, Pep started to talk a bit more arrogantly, and you sort of feel Villa could slowly creep into it.
What did you call it? The power
of friendship. I've always said this, there were two tactics in football.
This feels very Noel Edmonds.
Well, there are two tactics in football, right? There's one which is tactics, and there's another which is power of friendship and vibes.
Like Sunderland.
So it's like you either have...
Oh, so it's vibes. It's a vibe
It's
football
vibes.
team.
So it's basically, it's either tactics or vibes. But one is like tick-a-tack and move it round, inverted wing-backs, all of that. And the other one is, come on, we'll have a pizza after every game. We'll go on the piss.
We're all best
We're a
mates.
good bunch of blokes.
You're a good bunch of... That's why Leicester won the league, power of friendship.
Leicester were a good bunch of lads.
Argyle won the league 22-23, power of friendship.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the power of friendship. Real Madrid power is an underrated. Ancelotti's Real Madrid was like the power of vibes.
That must feel so much better when you win the league through the power of friendship than when you win it like City do by holding onto the ball until the other team goes home.
The power of nemesis. The power. I'll tell you, the all-time is Mourinho is the opposite. Mourinho is the power of enemy.
Yeah.
So Mourinho is a sort of evil power. It's the power of the evil brotherhood. That's what he has. He's
This
sort
is
of
such a great point. I like this. I'm all, when you first said it, I thought, what the fuck is this shit? Now I'm all in, mate.
Yeah.
I've bought in.
And I would actually argue that last year's slot was a bit power of friendship.
Yes.
Because they were all a bit happy. You know, he used a bit of tactics. Klopp, but he basically went, it's a good team, it's a good squad, other people fall off. He was maybe friendship with a couple of tactical tweaks. I don't mind that. Friendship with some, friendship with some like after hours WhatsApp chats to,
I would say Everton feel like they should be a power friendship team, but they're just not good enough friends.
No, although I will, in defence, I will say Moyes.
It's all on me today. I will take this from anyone but a Manchester United fan.
Oh, we're neither. We're nothing. We haven't got anything.
That's a great point. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, power of friendship.
100%.
Most
mate.
exciting football we played. David Moyes has come back as some sort of happy camp counsellor.
Yeah.
And everyone's happy to see him come back into the squad. And everyone's like, oh my God, I loved when we used to have summer camp with this guy. He was so much fun. He's like, hey guys, let me take you all out for a beer. I'm so happy to see what's happening with you.
David Moyes is? David Moyes is the Oasis summer nostalgia.
Yes, he is.
Moyes is coming and going, remember what it used to be like? Come on, let's do it, lads.
Fredo used to be 5p, you
Get
know
your
what I mean? I
bucket
get
hats
it.
on, let's do it.
It is like a weird thing though when you think how mad it was for the last few years under Everton. It was like Everton were the memeable team. Everyone was like ripping the piss out of us, and now it's like we've got Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, Inman and Dye, who you've literally got Reece James and Enzo trying to tap up after games, and people have suddenly discovered that he's an absolute baller since the City game, which is mad.
Because
and then you've got
David
Moyes there in the tunnel. I see him. Then Leighton Baines as assistant manager. You've still got Seamus Coleman.
Baines is part of the power of friendship.
Baines,
definitely.
100%. Baines and Coleman in there.
Coleman,
Seamus Coleman's
definitely.
still captain, and it's like
Baines is like that old student that comes back to take your like under 12 Cs or something, and everyone loves him. The gappy that's there, we love him. He's part of the furniture,
and he's the coolest guy in the world ever.
I think this is why, by the way, on international tournaments, what Southgate got wrong was we were a power of friendship international team that he very well built. Yeah. And every time he tried to do anything tactical, we lost. Because the truth is, all he had to do was buy him a big birthday cake or something. Or give them all party hats in the green room and say, come on, lads. That's why I thought we were going to beat Spain in 2024. I just thought, these lads are... They are going on. They're clearly pissed every night having a chat.
The vibes.
But it wasn't to be.
Right, let us know your power of friendship teams. We'd love to hear.
Yes.
We'd love to hear the vibe teams,
one.
the teams that have gone well. Let's have a look at your shout then, Ted.
Yeah. So thank you so much. You've been sending these in, and they are great. So this is Ed from Birmingham, and this is where we are going to give him some advice, some feedback.
Yeah.
Big up Ed. I thought you said go bed.
No, big up
I thought
Ed.
you were like, Pete, go bed now.
Thanks for getting in touch, Ed.
No, thanks for getting in touch, Ed. Ed from Birmingham, Alabama. No, normal Birmingham in the UK. Hi, guys. I won't do the accent. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Birmingham. Hi, guys. I don't know. I can't do accents. The only accent
that's Birmingham in Nigeria, I think, is what you've gone for.
Don't cancel me, please. I did a really good woke opinion earlier. Hi guys, I've realised I don't celebrate goals properly anymore because I'm waiting for VAR to ruin it.
This is a good one.
What's worse is the delay. That weird 30 to 90 seconds when you're stuck in limbo, not knowing whether to feel joy or heartbreak. But by the time the goal's actually confirmed, the moment's gone. Is this just what football is now? Thank you, Ed.
30 to 90 seconds is generous.
Yes.
It's more like 5 to 7 minutes these days with VAR.
Sarah, you're obviously in the stadiums a lot when these goals are going in. How is this affecting fans in the stadium? I was going to say proper fans in the stadium. Hiya, Ed. How is this affecting fans in the stadium?
It's horrible, to be honest, because there is that thing of you want to it's a release of emotion, isn't it? When your team scores, it is that moment you just kind of release everything.
Limbs.
It's
Absolute
limbs, and
it's
it's
a
like
Villa fan, by the way. So I'm trying to think of the Villa VAR decisions
mate,
this
imagine
year.
the Arsenal one they scored, like the last kick of the game, and they beat Arsenal a couple of weeks back, and they did check that as well because it was a bit of a mad goal, and it was obviously clear then it was fine. But from an Everton perspective, again, the one that really springs to mind was the famous Tarkowski equaliser, like the last kick of the game in the derby last season, and they'll go, oh, Everton won 2-2, but it was obviously, anyone who knows football, it was a huge goal to score in the last derby at Goodison. The fans went insane. There was people spilling onto the pitch, there was stewards giving it limbs and all this, and then it went to VAR, and I remember just thinking, if this is ruled out, we're never going to hear the end of it from them, because it's that embarrassing thing, isn't it? You've given it everything.
Is this a good thing though, that you almost get to celebrate twice?
No, because, and I'll tell you what, so obviously I really rarely experience VAR when I'm at a live game. When I go to Fulham, I get it, but at Argyle we don't have it, and it's so much better. I mean, the football's worse, but although I do remember when we played Chelsea, I might have told this on the podcast before, so I do apologise, but I remember when my dad and I went to see Plymouth Argyle v Chelsea in the FA Cup in 2022, I said it was our first ever time Argyle would have had VAR in a game, so I jokingly said to my dad, I guess it could be a case of Plymouth Vargyle. He loved that so much, he claimed it as his own, sent it to 7 different group chats. Like, Dad, I'm watching you do this. You just stolen my joke and fucking flammed it round.
If you ever can't do the pod, get him on, because he'll just do your career.
But I would like to chat to him, actually. But he, I think with VAR, I was at the one I had recently. I had a 5-minute wait.
Oh, it's grim, man.
At Fulham Man City. Fulham's third goal went from. I mean, that was a big change of the momentum.
You could genuinely go down and get a pie in that time and come back.
And I think this is the whole thing about VAR, and I have arguments with people about it, because I know this one guy who fucking loves VAR, and I just think that's nuts. And we've talked about it before on the podcast. The fundamental thing is, what it's been brought in to do, and this is such a thing, ruining the game, it doesn't quite do because it's too long. If it was 30 seconds, genuinely, and it was 30 seconds, and you know or you don't know, then I would have a bit more sympathy. But it is 4 to 5 minutes, loads of analysis, and fundamentally, it's opinion. And a clear and obvious error.
That's the issue.
Because it's a clear and obvious error, but they now have all these, you hear Howard Webb talking about, and
covering up when there's been a
fuck up. And I just feel that what's really frustrating, and so I really get where Ed's coming from, which is that when we scored a last minute goal recently, and we watched it back and he was offside, but it is one of those things where it's like, well, actually, I don't really care. Like Rooney, I remember Rooney got sent off while he was managing us. What a funny thing to happen.
Love that.
Rooney got sent off for Plymouth Argyle. What a pub quiz question that is. And he was like, afterwards, he got sent off because someone got pushed over, and it was a foul on Ryan Hardy at the back, and they scored, Blackburn, and he got sent off because he was so angry about this. But afterwards, he was like, they were like, is that why VAR should be in the Championship? But no, it's actually exactly why I don't want VAR in the Championship. I want to be angry and annoyed. I want to have some genuine feeling about this. Rather than if that was overturned, we get 1 goal out of it, but it kind of ruins the atmosphere in the ground. And
ruins a bit of shit out.
And also, you don't feel like you've actually stopped a goal going in. So the confidence is still lower, or the reactions anyway. So I'm with you, Ed. I really hate it, and I hope they get rid of VAR.
So Ed's saying, by the time the goal's finally, the moment's gone, is this just what football is now? I guess it kind of is, isn't it?
Sadly, I think
it is. For
the
time being, certainly.
You've just got to give it absolute limbs when it's happened and go, believe that this is a goal, let's celebrate it, and then if it isn't, you kind of go back on.
But you do hold back. I find myself myself like, I remember a couple of weeks ago, I think it was against Fulham actually, and like we had 3 goals ruled out, but 2 of them at the time I remember going, like turning to my mate Eddie, who's the pitch steward who I love, and he's going, and I went, he was off, Illy was off. And like, so
it's
even though it was very tight, you think it's going to be
were they ruled out by VAR, or were they ruled out by a flag?
No, they were ruled out by VAR still, but like it was still then it might have been given if it wasn't VAR, but you were like, you can't celebrate.
I think we can't be far off offside being totally automated.
Yeah,
where they just know in like a second where they score and the little Sankers will go.
It's like goal line technology in a way.
On the ref's watch kind of thing. No, he was off.
And I think, go on, sorry,
pictures of feet on his watch. It's like Tarantino on the sideline.
The foot fetish.
Can I see that again?
But I remember when I was at the Argyle game recently, there was a thing I saw though that I loved, which is the opposite of VAR. It was like live VAR, which was that the ref gave a penalty to Northampton and it wasn't a penalty at all. And the lino said, that's not a penalty, called him over, and they had a chat and the referee overturned it. Now that I don't mind, because it's rare, and it's not VAR, it's someone doing their job well as a referee and listening. But it felt quite, do you know what I mean?
Someone who's, they've taken, instead of him just going, no, that's my decision, he's used, but instead of it being some fella in a caravan.
But I feel because of VAR, referees now, the linesmen won't get involved because there's some, big dog up Sky who's going to sort
that's it. And it's like, to the ref, they've gone, no. I know you want to give it, but actually go over to the screen because we don't want you to.
I think what we're saying here, Ed, is go and join Ted at Plymouth Argyle.
Come lower league because you're fucked in the Prem. I mean, you're fucked.
You can celebrate goals properly in the lower leagues.
There is not a moment that goes by that I think, oh God, I wish VAR was here at Burton. Like, it's just pointless.
Pure passion. Right. Keep your messages coming in on those sort of things. We'd love to hear more of these sort of shouts, wouldn't we, Ted?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can DM us on socials at Knockabout Pod, or you can send us an email, hello@knockaboutpod.com. Right, let's have a little look at the Le Bon League for this week, getting towards Christmas. I mean,
you guys were shit.
Yeah, I was about to say
we had a fucking shocker.
We were absolutely atrocious on Le Bon this week.
A tiny bit of my defence, I will say, this week was that I had to. No, and by the way, I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm just using this as a defence. I had to get them in on Monday because Le Bon doesn't work in Morocco. You can't gamble on the app.
Yeah.
So it didn't allow. So as a result, I had to just put it in. But not based on anything other than like vibes on that Monday, how I felt.
Do you know what I went for this week?
I've
I've just realised why I scored so low this week, and this is not actually. You're looking at me like I'm going to say some bullshit. Yeah. I'm not. Right. Here's what I was going for this week.
I'm happy with that.
I was trying because I only got 18 points this week, which means 3 correct results.
I think I got the
not
same.
Not even score lines. Yeah, but that's normal for you.
I'm going to put shite in his bovril next week.
Genuinely, what I was trying to go for this week, I was trying to think outside the box because I wanted to try and win Universe this week. You know, sometimes you've got to put weird scores that no one else is putting and that sort of thing. So I went for some sort of left field ones this week. So for instance, I put Brighton to beat Liverpool 2-0. I put
but
Arsenal.
I don't think that's that's that far out.
Well, maybe not, but I put Palace and City to draw 2-2.
That one is
Tottenham, I put them to win 2-1. They were never going to. But I just thought, if I can just think outside the box, that is how you're going to end up winning the Universe.
But then that result this week was the Man United Bournemouth one, wasn't it?
Yes,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, if somebody's put that, they've gone like, oh my God, like if I put 4, if any of us did that, we'd think, you fucking
but
know.
Then
it's come in.
By the way, I did the same. I put 2 3-2s on, even though I didn't really think it, because I was like, you just need a couple of those to get you over. Because the week I did amazingly and I nearly won the thing was because I'd put a 2-2 draw that was just no one else had put. Yeah. And it was the exact result. So it's a really hard one. I mean, again, our total leaderboard. So well done, by the way, in the Knockabout group from last week. We should say well done to Dustin C.
Yeah,
102, who smashed it, 102, absolutely stormed it, and has moved you into the all-time leader group because they've reset the leader group, which is very annoying. So all my points before don't count. Never mind.
So Dustin as well won some decent money as well.
Yeah. Won some decent money
because we upped the amount in that group this week, didn't we?
Yeah. So we obviously this is the first time we are now the biggest group on Le Bon.
Is right. Come on,
we've got a bash. We've got 100 players, which meant after Le Bon's little take, it's £180. But we said the first week we have 100 active players, which I won't lie, got a little bit saucy because we gave them a deadline. They had to get their bets in by Thursday. Anyone else got booted. So then I had people messaging like, why have I been booted? No hard feelings, you know.
You had a deadline, lads. Come on.
But
102 points isn't massive either to win a group of 100 people.
Very doable.
And they got 180 quid plus we whacked an extra 100 on top.
So nice one to Dustin C. That's not going to be happening every week, but
that was just a sort of
great to have you in there. But now that Knockabout group, we're in there. It's big money every week.
Big money
now.
every week. The Knockabout group, by the way, the overall statistics. Shall we have this? The overall statistics. So we're at an advantage. We will say because we've done it.
Massive advantage.
We've done it a bit more. So you know. I would say that the real leader of the group is Nish19, because I would discount the 4 of us because we've done it a bit longer. So Nish19, congratulations, you're leading the public on 350 points, but Peanut is only 42 behind on 308. Yeah, you fucking hate Peanut.
So your evil twin.
But in our group, the group that actually
in our podcast group, Pete's Soggy Biscuit,
the OG podcast group, Pete's Soggy Biscuit. So it's actually Pete's Soggy Pie.
Yeah, I don't know why we keep calling it. It's Pete's Soggy Pie.
I know why we call it that. It's because
he
I
jokes about the
sound like
soggy
someone
biscuit.
that's done Soggy Biscuit.
You do.
So,
you
know.
you sound like you went to a school that played Soggy Biscuit.
Yeah, I think we played against Harrow a couple
Did
of
you
times.
really?
Yeah. So intramural championship, I think. Lost to Eton in the final. That's a shame. We go again next year.
They ate it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a good name for a team
I'm going
player.
back for the alumni game soon. We've got all the teachers got
And
involved.
then on top of this,
Fantastic.
obviously, you can chuck an extra £2 in, play the universe. Then we're talking big cash. Usually, the winner of the universe wins about £4,000.
Yeah, you can win between £4,000 to £5,000 on that. It's worth it. Now,
For an extra £2 as well.
shall we do
Well worth it.
leaderboard of our group?
Here we
Come
go.
on, then.
So, in last place at the moment is Sarah, obviously, with 822.
Obviously.
Only 18
Sorry,
points
I've got a
higher.
life.
Only
It's
18
Lucas.
points higher is Lucas.
So it's
or
very-
ChatGPT.
Or ChatGPT. So you are very, very, you could catch very quickly.
I cannot tell you how much I would love to give Lucas the forfeit.
Yeah.
I would love at the end of the season to be dishing out some hot sauce.
Oh,
Yeah.
on that
do you know
goal.
what? You have to delete your ChatGPT account if you don't win.
Yes.
You have to delete
So
it.
Sarah, then Lucas.
Then we go 134 points higher to the hot dog. So there's a bit of a gap there.
Yeah.
And then from you up to me, it is 168.
Wow.
points.
It's mad, actually.
So it's not, but it's a long season,
It's
and these things
all-
happen. It's all playable.
It's all recoverable.
If this was
Yeah.
if this was the last week, it'd be hard.
Yeah.
But we still have a whole season apart from.
And
Jenny.
it is the thing of how it works, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
the
The point
scores.
system.
It's the point system
You
because
get
like
20 points for a correct scoreline. So 6 points to win, 20 points for correct scoreline. So it can change very quickly. So I'm on 1,142 at the top of the group.
So, going to be a good one. Let's do big bet for this weekend.
What did we say last week? I mean,
it was Sunderland Derby,
wasn't
wasn't it?
Sunderland Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the correct
Sunderland-
scoreline the wrong way round.
you
And-
put 1-0 to visitors.
Am I claiming that one because
Sarah, I
although
would
we
say
both
you were
won,
closest,
I
yeah.
got more close to the scoreline.
I'll give you that. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind giving you that.
We'll call it a draw
feel like
between me and you,
Arsene-
Sarah. Why
Arsene
not?
Wenger-
You got the correct scoreline just the wrong way. Carl, load of crap.
In many ways, I couldn't have been more wrong. In other ways, I was almost right. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's sort of where we're at. So, big bet this week. We're going to go for... Should we do Everton Arsenal or Villa United? What we call
The
it?
reason I put Everton Arsenal is because I think both games
Because
I've
you're a
suggested.
massive
Lions fan.
I
Yeah.
actually, if we'll read the script, I've suggested Everton v Arsenal or Aston Villa versus United because
Begrudgingly.
all four clubs are like massive clubs, and they're both games. It's got a say in like who's going to be top.
Sarah, there's 3 big clubs in there.
I can't wait to get this train. Let's wrap up, please.
None of them playing blue.
Okay, so let's do Everton Arsenal. So obviously,
Yeah, let's do Everton Arsenal.
Let's do Everton Arsenal. So
It's going to be easy. So, Arsenal 4-0. I'm going for Arsenal 4-0.
Yeah, I think-
Straight
It actually could be. Arsenal are a funny team for us. Historically,
You've got
like
a lot of them, haven't you?
I swear, who put 50p in the fucking mank today, mate? I'm telling you. Have him Everton. Have him Scousers. Have him. No. What I will
You've
say...
got 19 bogey teams in the league, haven't you, Sarah? It's tough.
Again, I'm pretty sure we're still above United in the league.
Maybe don't go
sorry.
for drinks in Liverpool anytime soon.
Yeah, I know, mate.
I know, I did that last week.
Listen,
Connected.
you'll get absolutely webbed.
Right, come on, mate.
No.
I am going to go 4-0 Arsenal. Fuck
4-0
it.
Arsenal,
Let's go
basically.
for 4-0 Arsenal.
I am going to go 2-2.
2-2. Wow.
Because we're
that
missing
means you
it
think
in-
you're going to lose. That's what we know.
I actually, no, 1-1 is when I think we're gonna
All right,
lose.
all
2-2 is like a genuine thing.
I'm going to give it to Arsenal. I think
Are you?
they're going to.
Really?
I think they're going to win. I think it's because Everton are bad, and I think that's
I
why.
can't be fucking arsed today, mate. I'm telling you.
I think
Honest
it's
to
gonna,
God.
but I think it's going to be 2. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be
From a
re-
Plymouth fan, mate.
Yeah, look, but what you think? Do you think that hurts me? I know the difference between you and me is I'm not delusional.
Yeah,
I
he
know
knows-
our
he
goal.
knows his
I know
sponsorship
my
team.
place. I know where I am in the ranking. We are 21st in League One, where Everton will be one day. I'm afraid. I will go for 2-0 Arsenal. I think, but I will say it's a hard one. I just think Arsenal. I thought Arteta's press conference this week, or Arteta's after game interview, post-match interview, where he said, look. We were bad there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually not about how well we were. And they scored 0 goals in the,
Yeah.
Wolves scored 3 goals this week. Isn't that brilliant for Wolves? They scored 3 goals.
And didn't get a point.
So I think it's going to be 2-0.
Right. You can get involved in that as well if you want. If you think we're absolutely daft with any of those. If you think Everton are going to win, please get in touch. We aren't just saying it. We love playing Le Bon. We play every single week. We're now playing it in at least 2 groups each.
Yeah.
It's loads of fun. It causes stuff like this in our WhatsApp group on a Saturday afternoon, just taking the piss out of each other, saying who got scores wrong, who got them right. It's really good fun. As well, you can obviously do the universe, which is your chance to make loads of money. But genuinely, the bit that we like about it is just chucking a couple of quid in our group and having a laugh with each other on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's really fun with your mates. It's really fun if you've got, as I've said several times, if you work at a small to medium-sized business and you want, I just think it's a perfect thing for that. It's really, really good fun. We're loving it. So
and you get the scores dead quick as well. Like literally the quickest,
really good, yeah.
Isn't it? So I could be, if I'm out or about or whatever, or working, I'll get things constantly, and so I know the scores before anyone else does that's around me, and I'm like.
Yeah.
Right, that is it for this week of the Knockabout. If you've enjoyed it, give us a follow, rate us 5 stars. None of this fucking 4-star bullshit because you thought someone was mean about Everton or something. Tell your mates down the pub as well. Let everyone know that we're worth a listen.